Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Sarah, this is No BS Beauty. So I have some updated news about ultraviolet, which affects the US and Australia, and I don't know, probably other places too, and it's probably going to affect a lot of other brands as well. So ultraviolet is recalling their lean screen, which in the US is called their velvet screen, due to mislabeling SPF. So they came back and said, we had multiple independent labs conduct new tests of lean screen. This week we received results, and those tests demonstrated significant and, candidly, atypical variability. Anyway, across 8 different tests, lean screen has now returned SPF data of 4. That's alarming. 10. That's alarming as well. 21, 26, 33, 60, 61, and 64. And they say that wasn't good enough for us, even though we didn't really even make this. We're a sunscreen brand that doesn't even make our own sunscreen. And it isn't good enough for you, although they really tried to push back on people that were calling this out as a problem. They were saying it wasn't, don't worry about it. So they say, given this pattern of inconsistency in testing, we have decided to withdraw lean screen and velvet screen from the market immediately. Purchase of this product will be available for a refund and product voucher regardless of where it was purchased. Sadly, I just heard from somebody a couple days ago, left a comment that she had purchased 2 bottles and they told her we're not going to give you refunds, and I think she just threw them out. So so this is kind of interesting because ultraviolet is being withdrawn globally as far as I understand. So US, the product is velvet screen, so if you're using that, don't use it. There's also a whole list of other brands that have used the same base formulas, which is going to be an issue as well. So the laboratories that they hired is Wild Child Laboratories, and they say all other ultraviolet sunscreens remain unaffected, although I don't really trust them at this point for a whole lot. They're a sunscreen company that doesn't make their own sunscreen, and they upcharged a huge amount compared to some of these other brands. Also, Naked Sunday's Collagen Mineral Glow uses the same base formula. I've not heard anything from them. They're staying relatively quiet as far as I've seen. So I don't know if this brand will recall that or not, but the Collagen Glow Mineral Perfecting Priming Lotion uses the same formula also in both US and Australia. So that's another issue to be aware of. So this is interesting. So they came after Choice, which is a company that does independent testing and things like that. Apparently you can apply for a membership for this company in Australia. They do a membership based and do tests and things like that, kind of similar to, I think, consumerlab.com, which I'm a member of, that does independent tests. So so they handle this very poorly. And I guess I wasn't aware that these companies were white labeling their sunscreen brand that makes sunscreens, and they don't make their own sunscreens. So they're just like a white labeled brand. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of a lot of other brands in the US that just buy the formulas and then sell it and mark it up a huge amount. I don't know. If your main product is sunscreen and you can't get that right, it's an issue. I think a big issue. So, and they really handle this not the best way. So someone I read said, had you ultraviolet handled this with professionalism and humility from the get-go, I would still be a customer. The attitude was deplorable and embarrassing. They came after a lot of people. They came after Choice, the company that did the third-party testing. Somebody says, I will never use ultraviolet again after this, and how they handled it. These wide variety of test results are really concerning. How can one test come back between a 4 and a 66? I mean, that's wild to me, very wild. So there's definitely an issue here. Now Ultraviolet is kind of trying to blame the white labeling company on this, which I guess it kind of does fall to them a little bit. But you're a sunscreen company that doesn't make your own sunscreen. I mean, who do you have to blame but yourself? I mean, do you even understand how sunscreen works? I don't know. If that's the one thing you make, you got to get that right, you know? So that's just my issue on it. So I personally would question all their other products. I mean, if you have one product out there that came back with a SPF 4, I don't think I'd be using anything else from this brand right now. Obviously, if you choose to and trust them, that's your own, go for it. You know what I mean? Do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Don't just do something because one person said it, but it is a little bit concerning. So this recall really is interesting because they really were pretty arrogant at first with these results. Oh, this company is just trying to take us down. They're trying to take down a female-owned brand, things like that. And now they kind of have to eat crow and say, yeah, okay, we're going to recall it. So honestly, I do think all sunscreens should have tests done, multiple tests under multiple formats. And obviously tests vary. In vitro tests versus in vivo, using things in a lab as opposed to on people. The testing is going to be different. So I think we should expect both test manners to be done, and done a lot on a product that's a drug and considered a safety product, not just a beauty product per se. So there's a lot of other formulas that have used the same base formula. Naked Sundays, People for Ocean, Beauty Filter Luster Mineral, Outside Beauty and Skincare Mineral Primer. These are all mineral sunscreens, FYI. Medicate Physical Sunscreen, We Are Feel Good Mineral Sunscreen, Aesthetics RX Tinted Water Resistant Sunscreen, New Day Skin Happy, Found My Skin Tinted Sunscreen, Salus Daily Facial Sunscreen, and Surf Mud Mineral. So if you're using any of those, likely they're all going to have the same issues because these were all made at the same lab with the same base formula, and then companies will dress it up, add, you know, like centella for soothing, or, you know, like add a bronzer. I knew ultraviolet was iffy when they marketed that bronzing drops. Here, it's an SPF 50. Mix in 2 bronzing drops in your moisturizer and you're good. Like, that's not how sunscreen works at all. And I know that, and I'm not even in the cosmetic business, and they are, and they don't understand that. That to me was like a big red flag. Hello. So, yeah, so anyway, we need more testing. We need more standardized rules. We need all these countries to come together. And more importantly, in the U.S., we need good filters. And hopefully that will happen at some point. But I don't know. Leave your thoughts and comments below. I'm curious what you guys are thinking. I'm sure there will be some people that have different viewpoints, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts. So leave them below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys more tomorrow.
Why are you in the woods?
I'm in the woods because our kitchen is a mess. Our house is a mess, actually.
Everything's a
Everything
mess.
is a mess. So anyway, well, leave your thoughts below, and subscribe. I'm so bad at that. So subscribe. I should have said at the beginning of the video. Anyway, okay, well, there we go. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys more tomorrow. Bye, guys.